I've been playing around with the Oculus for quite a while now, and there's a program I bought a long time ago called Gravity Sketch. Haven't really used it much because at the time it was, it was a rudimentary sketching program. I went in there the other day to try it out, and they've made a lot of changes to it. So let me jump into VR and show you what's going on. I think it's pretty cool. So I'll start up the program, and then the first thing I want to do is I want to record a video. So now I'm recording a video. Okay, and you guys should see everything, and I'll pull this over. This is my menu, so I can rotate it around and pick things that I've already created and whatever, but I'm going to go ahead and tell it to start a new sketch. Now when I start a new sketch, what I can do is I can bring this up. And what you're seeing is the X, the Y, and the Z axis. All right, so I can sit there and I can create things around these axes. And I can click on this and I've got different menus that I can go into and do all kinds of things. So I just want to show you one of the tools. It's called the Revolve tool. And I'm going to click on that here. When I do, I also get this menu, and it has different things that I can do with it. So you can see that right now it's set to revolve this way. I don't want to do that. I want to revolve this way. And I'm sure there's a way of locking the axes exactly on center, but I haven't figured it out yet. But anyway, I'm going to come in here and just do something very simple. I'm going to go like this. And I'm going to create a simple shape for a vase, all right? Nothing fancy. But here's the cool thing about it. I can take this and I can grab it and hit this button, and then that puts me into a menu program. And the first thing I can do is I can go like this, and now you see we're looking at a half of it. I can expand it up, and if I want to make changes, I can take this, for example, and I can move it around. I can flatten it out. I can do a couple different things. I can make the material as thick as I want, and I'm going to make it about that thick, which is probably a little overkill, but you'll see why later. And I can bring this in like this. And so now it's if I was to actually, have a vase like this, you would want it to rest here, so it has a nice stable platform, right? So I go ahead to make the final 3D on it and hit the check mark, and now I'm done, right? So I've got this fancy shape. So then I can go and I can hit this, which is a stroke tool, and it allows you to do different things. So what I can do is I can also turn on a mirror. All right, so now you see there's a ghost of this. So whatever I do on this side will occur on that side. Yeah, right about here, that should be good. So I'm going to say, fine, I want you to go from here to here to here and to there. All right, good enough for now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and I'm going to grab it and hit the edit button, right? And set these things straight, kind of straighten them out. Now, if there's a point I don't want, I can delete that point. And so you see now I've got these shapes. I can pull this out like this, right? Get this nice shape going on like that. That looks pretty good. And then I can actually change, I can make it thicker or thinner, and I can change it, make it like wider or narrower or whatever. So I'm going to go a little bit thicker, go a little bit more to the narrowed side of things, right? Straighten it out just a tweak. Yeah, that looks pretty good, I think. Yeah, I don't want to take a lot of time on this, but I just want to kind of give you an idea. And I'll make it just a little bit thicker, a little bit more robust. And so now we've got these nice little handles on there, right? So now what I can do is hit this, right? I can go to my regular menu. I can turn the mirror off. I don't need that. Now I've also got things like snap and other things, but I'll show you that later. So here's this nice little vase we just created. Did not take me very long at all. Actually, I do want to bring that down just a tad. Just a tad. Yeah, it's good. And it's a little bit tweaked, but yeah, there we go. Don't want to be too much of a perfectionist, but it was a little tweaked out there. Yeah, that's good. Undo that, and then I'm just going to kind of take it and manually straighten it out. Yeah, there you go. That suits my sense of proportion a little bit better. All right, so there we've got it. And what's the big deal with this? What am I so excited about? Well, I've always been able to click this and save it, right? So I can sit there and save this thing here, and I could call it, you know, whatever. Clicking. Just need to tap it. So anyway, we'll say V-A-S-E, right? There we go. So now, and if I sweep, I get these other tools. I can do things like I can get a measurement of how tall it is, that kind of stuff, right? But anyway, so we've got the thing there. It's been named and it's been saved. Well, the other cool thing that I can do when I hit this, once it's been named, is I can hit this, which is export. And the cool thing about that is I can go save to the cloud, export. It comes up as an OBJ model, right? Set it for double-sided, all that good stuff, and boom. It says, what do you want to save it as? I got a banana sticking in my keyboard. Vase works for me. I go like that, and this whole thing has now been exported to the PC. So now we'll jump into the PC and I'll show you what can happen there. All right, so we've exported the file. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my Quest and come in here, and there is my vase. So the next thing I'm going to do is just click on it, tell it I want to download it, and I'll save the file. And I've got this set up for 3D file, so I'll save it. And now it's saved. So let's see what we can do with it. Alright, so here's the vase. We'll go in here and tell it to extract all the files, right? And so it's extracted them, and you see I've got a vase OBJ. Now the reason that I'm excited about that is we can go into Cura. I can tell it to open a file, and hey, there's a vase. Let's open it. Looks just like the one I made. Come in here to scale, and let's make it 100 millimeters tall. That's almost 4 inches, right about 4 inches. That should be good. And so now we've got this nice big vase here, right? So I'm going to select my setting for PLA, normal wall, and I'm going to tell it to slice it. All right, so now it's been sliced, and I go to preview, and we can see that it's going to print this thing out. And it says it'll take about 1 hour and 33 minutes, so I'll save it to a file and see what happens. So how cool is that? You can sit down in the virtual world and you can design an object, and then you can bring it into the physical world. I don't know. Maybe I'm just old, and so therefore I'm impressed by modern technology, but I just think that is cool. That is just awesome to be able to do that. So, yay!